thinks that he will choose the prettier girl first. The weather is clear outside. The sun illuminates the roads and buildings. John comes to the library the next day, full of confidence in his own success. He discovers the first target and heads towards the girl peacefully reading. She looks irresistible, but just beautiful, that it's hard to take your eyes off her. The guy turns around sharply, as he is very worried, after which he decides that he should find another way to complete the task. Suddenly, the main character remembers the report awaiting him. A light bulb goes on in John's head, and he comes up with an idea that will help in this situation. He approaches the table and begins to do something with his hands, turning his back. The guy draws a portrait of the girl and offers to go to dinner together. It seems to him that he has come up with an incredibly ingenious plan. Shy, the main character struggles with himself to approach the unsuspecting girl. He runs up to her and quietly puts the piece of paper on the table without saying anything. After that, he runs away and sits down at one of the tables, waiting for a response letter from her. John blushes deeply and sweats from worry and anticipation of the outcome. Suddenly, a folded piece of paper flies to him, which distracts him from the thoughts entering his head. He looks down. The answer is signed on the paper below. The girl says that if she were him, she would refuse dinners altogether. The main character does not know whether this answer is considered a refusal. There is no progress in the system, and therefore he decides to be more straightforward. John writes an offer to enter into a relationship on a piece of paper, after which he also quietly sneaks up to the girl to hand her the paper. The lady, squinting slightly, reads what is written on the sheet, trying to understand the sentence. After that, he gets up, begins to collect his things, takes his bag and textbooks. The main character hopes that she will approach him and the guy, and he will be able to get rejected, just like me. Dear YouTube viewer, I hope that you will hear my gratitude for your activity on my channel. Thank you all so much, guys. You are the best. Don't forget, leave a like and comment. But despite everything, the girl walked past him and headed in the other direction. She goes to the door and leaves the room without saying anything in response to the offer. John is very upset about this, because the girl could have told him off first and only then left. He believes that the intelligence of this system is like bread. Now the guy does not know what to do. The main character abruptly gets up from the table. He should think about changing tactics. He exhales heavily, sweats from stress, but still heads towards the next victim. The guy pats the girl on the shoulder, telling her that he thinks she is incredibly beautiful. As she turns around, she doesn't realize who this man is. And then, unable to think of anything better, John compliments the lady's mouth. Having overcome all the embarrassment and worries, the guy invites her to start a relationship. Feeling a little surprised, the girl asks him if they know each other. John says that this factor is not at all important, after which he repeats his proposal again. She apologizes and says she's already in a relationship, so it won't work out. The system counts the refusal, which the guy is very happy about. He finally succeeded. The main character begins to laugh hard and loudly, and the girl, in turn, does not understand what is going on. He apologizes for the trouble. The lady replies that there is nothing wrong with it. The scheme, of course, works, but it's better to act more delicately, so you shouldn't scare the girls. The main character approaches one of the girls in order to receive another refusal to improve his ability. He makes a compliment, comparing the lady to cherry blossoms in spring, after which he offers to get to know her better. She replies that she already has a boyfriend. Then John bows to her and apologizes for the trouble. The main character does not stop acting and approaches another girl to meet him, who also rejects him. John bows before her again, apologizes, and leaves to find a new subject. He again approaches another lady, complimenting her in an attempt to get acquainted. She replies that she is gay. The guy approaches another girl, saying that he gets goosebumps when he sees her. Suddenly it turns out that John is trying to meet not a lady but a guy. The main character lowers his head down, embarrassed by the awkwardness of the situation. It turned out quite awkward. Soon he reached the mark of 9 refusals, which he was certainly very happy about. It turns out that there is only 1 refusal left to receive, and the mission will be completed, and the hand speed will be increased. Suddenly, the main character stumbles upon the shoulder of some person and crashes into him. The dark-haired guy turns to him and tells him that he is his fan. John doesn't know who this young man is. He looks at him incredulously. He asks if the guy approached 9 girls. He saw with his own eyes 6 of his approaches, and also noticed that he approaches everyone, and he has no criteria. And the young man really likes the cheerful attitude, because the hero almost rejoices at every refusal. The guy smiles embarrassedly. This man doesn't know that he started this in order to get refusals. John says that he is alarmed by such attention to his person. He has not seen it before. The guy lowers his eyes, looks at the floor, and asks to let him introduce himself. He says he's a social commentator named Jeffrey, and then asks for an interview. John falls into shock. Surprise is visible on his face, and then asks if his interlocutor is a journalist. Jeffrey replies that he is a moderator of one of the popular groups, namely the BBC group. When the guy says that they have 300,000 subscribers, John recognizes his face and remembers the young man. The main character points his finger at the sky and shouts that there is a UFO in that direction. Jeffrey turns in that direction to see what is there. But unfortunately, when he turned back, John was no longer next to him. The dark-haired guy notices that he was just pimped out like a child. The main character runs up the stairs at great speed, trying to get out of the place as quickly as possible. The guy smiles widely and laughs loudly, saying that no normal person would give an interview to Jeffrey. As soon as he managed to tear himself away from the library, a man appears in front of him. This is a fair-haired girl who asks for directions to workshop number 2. After the hero suggested her side, she smiles sweetly and thanks him. The lady follows in the indicated direction, holding a lilac umbrella in her hands. Suddenly, the main character asks her to stop, because he also wanted to ask for directions. The girl stops and asks him where he's going. John asks her how to get to her heart, wanting to receive the last refusal. The girl with the lilac umbrella replies that she is already in a relationship, and the young man is waiting for her in the workshop. She says that the guy is a happy sweetheart, asks him to continue searching and not to despair. Finally, the hero completes the second stage and heads to the workshop to test his new skill. He quickly covers the entire distance to his destination in order to experience all the possibilities as quickly as possible. Near the workshop, there are many plaster sculptures, various figures, as well as easels with canvases. The main character stops among 3 easels to start creating. He moves his hand quickly and sharply, while holding a pencil and working on new paintings. And now, only the finishing touches remain to complete the work of art. The paintings are already ready. John's hands are very fast, although he has only completed the second stage. He can't even imagine what will happen when he completes all the tasks, and gets a plus of 16 in speed. To complete the third stage, the guy should think about a faster way to get rejected, because he needs to approach 90 girls in the shortest possible time. Suddenly, the phone vibrates and makes the distinctive notification sound in John's pants pocket. It turns out that this is his friend Noodles, who asks to wait for him in the workshop so that they can go to the dining room together. It's quite strange that the main character was surprised, because no one can write to him besides his acquaintance. Suddenly it dawns on him that he doesn't have to hit on every girl in person. He will be able to send mass mailings, which will save him many times. Of course, the likelihood of being ignored becomes higher, but it's still faster. The guy quickly sends the same message to many girls. Suddenly, messages arrive on their phones at the same time asking them to start dating. Suddenly, one moment comes to the main character. Something puts him into a stupor. It is not a fact that a refusal via messenger will be taken into account by the system. I should have sent a message to just a couple of girls first and seen what happened. John quickly swings his accelerated arms and thinks that he is quite stupid. But unfortunately, nothing can be fixed, so all we can do is wait. Soon notifications arrive on his phone. The phone reports this. The girls do not give a direct answer and try to get out of the refusal. Ideas don't work. The numbers in the system don't want to increase. The main character decides to go to the end, so he tells them that he did not lose his bet. And this is not a joke. They have no choice but to refuse. He sends all the messages and thinks that now no one will be able to get away. Reading all the messages,